Martoz is without a doubt one of the best arena players in the game, and today we're going to learn why no one can beat him. We're going to go over a bunch of factors that I learned through studying his gameplay that make him unbeatable, and then what I think is the most important and useful factor at the end. It goes without saying that Martoz is one of the most creative and ahead of the curve players to ever touch the game. He's constantly using unorthodox moves and strategies in fights to completely bamboozle any opponents he comes across. Some of the moves are commonly known by lots of people, but Martoz just takes using them to the next level. Let's take a look at a few of the more useful moves that he uses. First up is this weird but genius play to get your heals off and confuse your opponent.
So instead of healing in the box, I know this might sound really dumb, but trust me, you'll see in the in-game examples how good this is. You go behind your box. Trust me, trust me, trust me.
Not only will this let you get your heals off because you have an extra layer of protection, but your enemy will also think that you're in the box, and this will almost 100% of the time give you the jump on them and lead to an easy kill. Next is this really cool looking launchpad trick. To do this one, just place a ramp over your head, edit open the wall, and fly straight into your opponent. Like the last one, this trick will almost always give you the jump on your opponent because who expects you to fly out of your box like a madman and try to one-pump them? No one. And the last display of Martoz's creativity in this video is one of the most useful tricks in the game, and that's Martoz's use of rotated ramps. Martoz often rotates his ramps before placing them to catch his opponents off guard. He'll use them to block a peanut butter edit from the opponent, or even just to throw them off by placing a ramp at a weird angle. Martoz's creativity and all of these tricks that you've now learned are a really big factor to his success in Arena, but it's almost nothing compared to the last tip, and that's what we'll get to at the end. You might have picked up on it already throughout just the clips in this video, but have you ever noticed that whenever Martoz goes for a shot, he seems to almost stand completely still for a split second, as if he's hesitating just before taking it? And as you've probably already guessed, this is very deliberate. In this clip, Martoz comes face to face with an enemy inside a building at Corny Crops. When most players are in this situation, their first reaction is just to instantly click the trigger, and while this reaction is partly out of muscle memory and being surprised, people still neglect just focusing on taking time with the shot. Martoz, however, does exactly this. Instead of shooting immediately, Martoz takes his time, waits for the opponent to finish their jump, and as a result, it's an easy one pump. Because of the pure amount of arena and real matches that Martoz plays, he's able to stay calm no matter the surprise or pressure involved in the situation. This allows him to always take his time to line up that perfect shot in order to get the kill. He also uses this skill in other ways too, and if you take a second to look, you can find an almost infinite amount of times that Martoz will do this. Check out this insane trick shot that he does in one of his videos. Did you see it? After hitting the bunny hop off the umbrella, Martoz spends his entire time while he's in the air lining up the perfect shot on his opponent, and only when he gets as close to the opponent as possible does he shoot it. Even though he only hits for 60 in this clip, the fact that Martoz applies this theory to nearly every single one of his shotgun shots means that hitting this little damage is a rare occurrence. And now, what I think is the most important factor to Martoz's success and what will be most useful for you guys. If you've watched any of Martoz's highlights, you would have seen how it seems like he always knows exactly what the opponent's next move will be. He can always see when people are going to double swing on his wall, predict the direction that an enemy will rebox, and seemingly read what people are going to do even before they do it. In this example, Martoz eliminates an opponent while a third party is lurking near. After he cleans up the elimination, he instantly turns towards the third party and starts to track them because he knows that the other guy has heard him get the kill. Then, after the opponent makes the mistake of not using distance to take a wall before he's in front of it and gets hit hard because of it, Martoz instantly snaps onto where he thinks the opponent will go next and flawlessly boxes him to get the kill. The clean mechanics and aim aren't the focus here though. The main takeaway from this clip is that players will most commonly move in the direction they're already going in. I'm willing to bet Martoz knew that the opponent was going to move that way even before he took the first shot. He just read the movement. Anyone in the world can understand and use this in their gameplay, and combined with Martoz level high vigilance and tracking of the opponent, it will get you so many more easy kills. Let's look at another example of Martoz's ability to read the opponent in this clip. After Martoz dives into this player's box, he gets stuck and ends up forced to try to pre-fire his opponent to get the kill. And he does so perfectly. So well, in fact, that his crosshair is exactly where the opponent edits from a whole second before he actually edits. This is another example of Martoz reading the opponent's movement. Through the opponent's wall, Martoz sees that the opponent turned around and placed a ramp. And because he turned around, Martoz knows that he's going to move forward. Because it's harder for the opponent opponent to edit through the wall because there's a ramp in his way now, the most likely angle for the opponent to edit from is the top of the box. Martoz instantly lines up a shot there, and when he hears the opponent editing, he confirms that this is where he needs to look, and then he just takes the shot. Now that you know what Martoz does to win his fights, you probably want to learn how you should practice to be just as good as him, and this video is going to help you do just that.